हॅलो गाईज, वेलकम टू इझी लिगल लॉ. आपण पाहणार आहोत रिअल इस्टेट लॉज. रिअल इस्टेट लॉजमध्ये आपण रेरा ऍक्ट, MRTP ऍक्ट आणि महाराष्ट्र रेंट कंट्रोल ऍक्ट हे अंडर द रिअल इस्टेट रेग्युलेशन अँड डेव्हलपमेंट ऍक्ट 2016 रजिस्ट्रेशन इज द मोस्ट क्रिटिकल compliance setup for any developer promoter. It transforms a construction plan into legally recognized project that can be sold to the public. Registration of real estate project. Every real estate project must be registered with the state regulatory authority before any marketing, booking or sale occurs. When is registration mandatory? Size of project: land exceed 500 square meter and project with more than 8 apartments. Ongoing projects: any project that did not receive completion certificate before the act was implemented in that state. Phased development: if project is developed in phases, each phase is considered a standalone project and requires its own unique RERA registration. Suppose एक प्लॉट आहे मोठा, त्यामध्ये 4 बिल्डिंग बनत आहे, फेज 1, फेज 2, फेज 3 आणि फेज 4. तर प्रत्येक फेजचा जो बिल्डिंग आहे प्रत्येकाला एक सेपरेट कन्सिडर केलं जाईल. पहिला फेज 1 त्याचं वेगळं सेपरेट रजिस्ट्रेशन, 2चं सेपरेट रजिस्ट्रेशन, 3चं सेपरेट रजिस्ट्रेशन आणि 4चं सेपरेट रजिस्ट्रेशन. Registration procedure. The registration process is primarily digital and involves strict disclosure of the project DNA. Step-by-step guide. Eligibility and approval. Before applying, the promoter must have commencement certificate and sanctions plan from local authority. बिल्डर कडे पहिल्यांदा सँक्शन प्लॅन आणि कमेन्समेंट सर्टिफिकेट पाहिजे रजिस्ट्रेशन साठी. अकाउंट क्रिएशन. द प्रमोटर रजिस्टर ऑन द स्टेट रेरा पोर्टल ॲज अ प्रमोटर. तर रेराच्या वेबसाईट वरती ॲज अ प्रमोटर त्याचं अकाउंट ओपन करावं लागेल आधी. ऍप्लिकेशन फिलिंग फॉर्म ए अँड बी. फॉर्म ए काय आहे? जनरल ऍप्लिकेशन फॉर रजिस्ट्रेशन. फॉर्म बी a declaration affidavit stating that promoter has legal title to the land and that project will be completed by a specific date. तर फॉर्म ए मध्ये जनरल ऍप्लिकेशन असतं की आम्हाला रजिस्टर करायचा आहे प्रोजेक्ट. फॉर्म बी मध्ये डिक्लेरेशन आहे की मी या तारखेपर्यंत हा प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करेल आणि माझ्याकडे याचा लीगल टायटल आहे. त्यासोबत त्यांना टायटल सर्च रिपोर्ट पण सबमिट करावा लागतो. सबमिशन ऑफ डॉक्युमेंट. फायनान्शियल, ऑडिटेड बॅलन्स शीट अँड इन्कम टॅक्स रिटर्न्स ऑफ द प्रमोटर. Legal document: title deed, incumbency certificate, proof that the land is free from loans or disputes. Technical: sanction layout plans, floor plans and specification of the project. Bank details: details of escrow account, याला collection account पण म्हणतात, where 70% of buyer funds must be kept. Payment of fees: registration fees vary by state, usually based on area of land or the type of project. Verification and approval: the authority must approve or reject the application within 30 days. If approved, a unique RERA registration number is issued. Consequences of non-registration: operating without RERA number is a severe offense that can effectively shut down a developer's business. Financial penalties: section 59 talks about financial penalties. Standard penalty काय आहे? If a promoter fails to register, authority can impose a penalty of up to 10% of the estimated cost of the प्रोजेक्ट. तर 10% जी प्रोजेक्टची कॉस्ट असेल तिथपर्यंत त्याच्यावरती पेनल्टी लागू शकते. कंटिन्युअस व्हायलेशन: इफ द प्रमोटर कंटिन्यूअस टू मार्केट और सेल आफ्टर अन ऑर्डर टू स्टॉप इज इश्यूड अन ॲडिशनल पेनल्टी ऑफ 10% टोटलिंग 20% और इम्प्रिझनमेंट कॅन बी अप्लाइड. जर त्याने पुन्हा ब्रीच केला त्या कंडिशनचं तर त्याला इम्प्रिझनमेंट पण होऊ शकते किंवा 20% पर्यंत पेनल्टी भरावी लागू शकते. Imprisonment: for continued non-compliance or providing false information, the promoter can face imprisonment for up to 3 years. Marketing and sales freeze: no advertisement without registration number. Builder cannot issue brochure, digital ads or newspaper listings. No bookings. Legally, no token money or advance can be accepted from buyers. Any agreement signed for an unregistered project is voidable by the buyer. तर जर रेरावरती रजिस्टर नसेल प्रोजेक्ट तर तोपर्यंत बिल्डर कोणतीही ऍडव्हर्टाइजमेंट कुठेच करू शकत नाही आणि प्रत्येक ऍडव्हर्टाइजमेंटमध्ये त्याला कंपल्सरी रेरा रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर मेन्शन करावा लागतो जो की व्हिजिबल असेल. ऍटलिस्ट त्याच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट नंबर एवढा तरी त्याचा फॉन्ट असला पाहिजे, त्यासोबत QR कोड असला पाहिजे. असे खूप सारे कंडिशन्स आहेत कोणत्या लोकेशनला रेराच्या गाईडलाईन्स असतात. आणि जोपर्यंत रजिस्ट्रेशन होत नाही तोपर्यंत कोणत्याही प्रकारचे टोकन अमाऊंट, बुकिंग अमाऊंट किंवा कोणतंही ॲग्रीमेंट बिल्डर होम बायर सोबत करू शकत नाही. आणि जरी केलं तर तो होम बायर ते ॲग्रीमेंट वॉइडेबल असेल, तो होम बायर त्या ॲग्रीमेंटला वॉइड ठरवू शकतोय. Buyer rights. If a project is unregistered, buyer can approach Rera authority to stop the construction or demand a full refund with interest for any money already paid. Under the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016, real estate agents are no longer just intermediaries. They are regulated professionals. Any agent facilitating the sale or purchase of property in a RERA registration project must be registered with the respective state authority. Registration procedure for agents. The process is designed to verify the professional standing and business history of the agent. Most states provide an online portal for this. Steps for register. Steps to register. Application filing. The agent must submit an application, often Form G or through a digital portal, to the state regulatory authority. Submission of document, identity proof, business details, past experience, legal declaration, marketing material, payment of fees, individual proprietor, other than. सो आयडेंटिटी प्रूफमध्ये पॅन कार्ड, आधार कार्ड, जे काही आपले जे आयडेंटिटीसाठी यूज करतात ते. बिझनेस डिटेल्समध्ये नेम ऑफ एंटरप्राइजेस, रजिस्टर ॲड्रेस, टाईप ऑफ एंटिटी, पास्ट एक्सपिरियन्स काही असेल तर, लिगल डिक्लेरेशन दॅट प्रूव्ह दॅट नो पेंडिंग सिव्हिल ऑर क्रिमिनल केसेस अगेन्स्ट द एजंट ऑर द फर्म. मार्केटिंग मटेरियल, ऑथेंटिक कॉपीज ऑफ लेटर हेड, रबर स्टॅम्प्स अँड एक्नॉलेजमेंट रिसिप्ट. Fee, payment of fees, registration fee vary by state and type of applicable. Individual proprietor usually 10,000 rupees. Other than individual firm usually 1 lakh rupees. Issuance of certificate, the authority must grant or reject the registration within 30 days. If approved, agent receives a RERA registration number and a certificate. Validity and renewal. Validity, the registration is typically valid for 5 years, though some states may vary. Renewal, an application for renewal must be made at least 60 days before the expiry of current registration. Consequences of non-registration. Operating without a valid RERA number is a major legal risk for agents and can lead to the following: financial penalties. Section 62 talks about financial penalties. An unregistered agent dealing with RERA registration project is liable to penalty of 10,000 per day for every default. He continues. The total penalty can cumulative extend up to 5% cost of the property whose sale or purchase was facilitated. Prohibition from dealing. No commission. An unregistered agent cannot legally claim commission from promoter or buyer for deals in registered projects. No advertising. They are strictly prohibited from marketing or advertising any RERA registration project. Penalties for defying orders. Section 65 and 66. If agent fails to comply with any order or direction of authority, they face a daily penalty which can go up to 5% of the property value. If they defy any order of appellate tribunal, the punishment is more severe: imprisonment up to 1 year or fine up to 10% of property cost or both. Key duties of registered agent. Once registered, an agent must adhere to strict conduct, deal only in registered projects. They must never facilitate a sale for a project that is required to be registered under the RERA but isn't. Transparency. They must not provide false or misleading information to buyer regarding project amenities, approval, or timelines. Record keeping. They must maintain book of accounts and record as prescribed by the Act. Quarterly updates. In some state, agents are required to update the status of project they are facilitating on a quarterly basis. Note: promoters are also penalized if they use an unregistered agent. Therefore, must be reputable developer will only work with RERA certified professionals. The Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016, specifically Section 10, elevates the role of real estate agent from a mere middleman to a professional with legally binding obligations. Their primary function is to act as a source of verified information for both the promoters and the buyers. Functions of real estate agents. The Act defines the core activities an agent must perform once registered: facilitating sales, information channel, transaction support. Duties of real estate agents. Mandatory. Under Section 10, every registered agent is legally bound to deal only in registered projects. ज्या प्रोजेक्टमध्ये जे प्रोजेक्ट रजिस्टर असतील आणि त्यामध्ये ते ॲज अ रिअल इस्टेट एजंट रजिस्टर असतील त्याच प्रोजेक्टमध्ये ते डील करू शकतात. They must not facilitate the sale or purchase of any property in a project that is not registered with RERA authority. Maintain records, provide full disclosure, adhere to fair trade practices. Liabilities of real estate agents. If any agent fails to perform their duties or violates the act, they face significant legal and financial consequences. Financial liabilities, penalties for non-registration. If an agent operates without RERA license, they can be fined up to 10,000 per day for duration of default, which may cumulative extend up to 5% of the cost of the property sold. For contravention of the act, if an agent fails to comply with any other provision of the act, like engaging in unfair trade practices, they are liable to penalty of 10,000 per day, extending up to 5% of the property cost. For non-compliance of orders, failure to comply with orders of authority can result into 5% of the property cost. Failure to comply with appellate tribunal can lead to imprisonment for up to 1 year or fine up to 10% of the property cost or both. Professional liabilities, revocation of registration. Authority can suspend or cancel an agent's registration if they breach the term of the act or are found to have secured registration through misrepresentation. No immunity for civil claims. An agent can be held liable for compensation if buyer suffers a loss due to agent's false or misleading presentation about a project. जर in case प्रमोटरनी काही चुका केल्या असतील किंवा एजंटनी, तर यामध्ये रिवोकेशन पण होऊ शकतं रजिस्ट्रेशनचं. आणि जर रेरा वेबसाईटवरनं प्रोजेक्ट जर रिवोक झाला तर प्रमोटरला कोणताही ऍडव्हान्स घेता येणार नाही, तो प्रोजेक्ट पब्लिश किंवा ऍडव्हर्टाईज पण करता येणार नाही. यामुळे त्याचा पूर्ण प्रोजेक्ट लॉसमध्ये जाऊ शकतोय. तर एजंटने जर काही चुकीची माहिती दिली असेल तर यासाठी प्रमोटरला पण जबाबदार पकडले जाईल. That was all for this video. See you next video. Till then, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.